Okay, I'm going to walk you through the procedure for programming your blue auxiliary modules for the Vertex Illumina. First thing you're going to want to do is obviously install the modules into the light, which can be done the same fashion as the red modules. There's a video available on YouTube that can show you how to install those. This video is going to show you how to install the software needed to control them with the light. First thing you're going to want to do is open up your desktop light studio. We're going to give it a second to recognize the light fixture. Alright, you're going to want to click on Summary. That's going to bring up all the information on the light, the firmware version and whatnot. We're going to click on Firmware Update, and you'll need to locate the bin file, which is this point in time is the firmware 1884 bin. We're going to select that, open it. And first thing you're going to need to do, the mode is going to be automatically set to necessary update. We'll need to change that to complete update because we want to be able to change the pads. In this light fixture, we're going to program pad 3. So we're going to need to raise this value to 3 and lower the second value to 3 as well, so that we're only programming the module that contains the blue pad. The 0 module is never going to want to be programmed with this software because it will prevent the light from recognizing the modules. You can program multiple modules at once, but for this video we're just going to program the one. But say you had the modules hooked up to pad 1, 3, and 5, you could change the value to 1 to 5, and you could program it that way and it will work as well. Like I said, but you can do it individually. It just takes a little longer, and for the sake of this video we're just going to do the one pad. So now that we've got our range in there, we can click Start, and we're going to agree to the update instructions, and it's going to grab the link for it, prepare the pad firmware, and could do its dry run, and it'll start programming the pad. That usually takes anywhere between 3 and 5 minutes, depending on how close to the light you are. Our LQI is at -76 right now. I'm about 15 feet from the fixture, so the LQI is a little high. You'll want to get that down below 70 and ideally around 65, which you could do with a laptop. While you're programming this, if you look at your fixture, it will turn off the pad that it's currently programming, and that pad will stay off until this is finished. The module may work immediately after the firmware update. In some circumstances, you will need to power the light off and turn it back on for the firmware to recognize the auxiliary module. But during programming, I've noticed sometimes it'll work automatically, sometimes the light will need to be restarted. Okay, we're nearing the end of our download here. It's common for it to stop at 50%. When the bar here turns from gray to green, the firmware update is complete, even though the module progress will stop at 50% and the complete progress will stop at 50% as well. This is normal for this operation, and as soon as, like I said, as soon as this bar here turns from gray to green, we're okay to end the program and your new blue modules will be programmed. You may need to power off your light and power it back on to get them to work, but I've noticed sometimes the firmware will take right away without a hard reboot of the light. There we go. Firmware update succeeded, continuing all modules. The close button is now lit up. The firmware update is now complete. We can close this window and exit our software, restart. Oh, we'll save our settings. Let's save our settings, file, save settings. We can title this firmware update. and save, and we're ready to exit, and the update has now been completed.